Inmates running the asylum. You know that's what happens when you have an event and then you can't start. It's funny because that's the topic of my talk today, and it did happen. Now, my evaluator for the speech today was my recent partner in a, how do you call this, across the planet event. And as fate would have it, Ryan was also involved in that. What am I talking about? Area contest. David and I'm from Area B2 director, and he's Area B4 director, and Ryan's our Salute division director. Yes? Now, you just think, here we have a once a month club, and we had slightly just over a month to organize and deliver with me as the contest chair in Manila, Philippines, and everybody else in America. I've never met anyone. Then, of course, there's my club, Point Magoo, with Ryan. But there's David from another. Why am I talking about inmates running the asylum? Because if we didn't get our act together, this was really a sure fail. Let me ask you, how about I give you 30 days to run something with somebody you've never met before halfway around the globe? And we did it. Ryan, I'll give you 10 seconds. Say something. How was it?
It went well. It went well. We certainly learned a lot about planning.
And that happens when the person who's the captain of the ship is organized and everybody on the team respects his call. We all get our act together, because if we don't, we'll end up like inmates running the asylum. Mind you, Ryan knows this. David was there. Not only was I assigned, I was voluntold. Thank you very much, David. I was voluntold to do the emceeing because I'm a broadcaster and an event host. That's fine. I don't have a problem there. But your time and my time are not the same. It started at 1 in the morning, my time. I had to look like this. I had to be chirpy and be wacky. But this can happen. How? I'm going to give you. Would you want to learn how we were able to do this and not panic and not be like headless chickens and inmates running the asylum? Would you want to learn the trick? Put your hand up, because if you don't want, I will not tell you. I never say, let me tell you 3 things. So I'm going to tell you 3.5 things. 1, have a checklist. 2, follow the checklist pinpoint by point. 3, report the checklist if it's not going the way it should be. What's the 3.5? If you do not follow those 3 things, you will for sure end up like inmates running the asylum. Remember, this area contest was 2 areas. 2 areas in California host halfway around the world. Now, let me ask you, wouldn't it be nice, 1, if we stop reinventing the wheel, which is funny, that's in my talking points, and we heard it from Todd. You stop reinventing the wheel if you have a checklist. I run a live talk show every week, professionally, TV and radio. I can actually die 60 seconds before my show. The show will run. The show will run because I have a checklist. So I am inspiring, motivating, and challenging you. How old is your club? How old is this organization? Why am I not hearing? Todd and I see each other in clubs around the world. Why are we not seeing the word checklist, checklist, checklist? It is the only way, again, the only way to be able to do this stress-free. 71 years old, no stress. I have had guests who didn't show up. I have had my equipment fall apart. In my show, I have had the air conditioning die. You know, it's like to be in a booth with no air conditioning. You will really die. But I always make sure that I can call the people in the next room and borrow a fan. What am I trying to tell you? What did I say? 3.5 things? Checklist, 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 or else end up like headless chickens and inmates running the asylum. Now, after we met with Ryan, he called a meeting every week. David and I would have a Zoom call. We volunteered that to each other. We'd have a Zoom call, recap. What did we think we heard? What are we going to do? We're going to do this. So we made our little checklist. Is that right, David? Now, Ryan, you know that we have the Ryan checklist, then we have the David and Vivien checklist, and he took care of B4 and I took care of B2. And before the end of the week, Ryan, only now you know this, we would call each other and make sure we will not be embarrassed when we meet with you on the next Monday. I'll tell you one precious line, which is my legacy because many of you are younger than me. No alibis. No. David knows this, Ryan knows this. I will never give an alibi. You promise to do something, you do it. You make a recording and you're supposed to give it to me, you give it to me. You're supposed to give me input for a write-up, you give it to me. Now I'm asking you, I would love to have this recorded version. I'll chop it up into pieces. I've orchestrated with Alan. I've orchestrated with Todd. Let's get our act together. Come on, I do this professionally. I'll do it for Oju Toastmasters Club. But when we make a promise, no alibis, we put our neck on the line. Is this doable? Because I want to be loud and proud about Oju Toastmasters Club. It is an advanced club. It is quite elite. Let's be proud, remarkable, and memorable. Hands up if you think it's worth a try. No one wants to try? Oh my Lord, now we know why we have a problem. All right, so let's give it our best shot and be a club that people will remember after they have visited us. Sending you love from Manila. Remember, we don't want to be inmates running the asylum. Sending you love from Manila. Mwah, mwah, mwah.